from cities with dyke mayors. They spray the pipes major. Don't play with your life, player, or shake the dice, player. But if you got a quota, then stay away from toddlers. These bitches are fight promoters. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Train your toddler. Please train your toddler. Whippings, timeouts, take her allowance. Cause I swear she will destroy your life if you allow it. Fucking, I'm tired of rapping. Yo, low, bring in the choir. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare. Welcome to the daycare.
Niggas need to stop giving these bitches all the attention. That's why niggas is dying now. When these hoes get horny, niggas die. Hoes get horny, niggas die. Watch, every die. We gotta start saying fuck these bitches, man. If you fucking with a cool female, that's all good. But if you fucking with a bitch, you need to break her ass and shake her ass.
Yo, am I even live? What's going on? Am I even live? It's always something. Let me take some. Nobody in the chat. I don't see my video. What is going on? Are we in there like Sumat? Man, welcome to the Dirty Folks Daycare. I am your tolerologist, Dirty Folks. And I appreciate y'all being here, man. I appreciate y'all. I ain't know what happened, man. It was something else going on. Can't get that. Yo, I did so much better today, man. I made sure all the bugs were out. And then all of a sudden I went live and there was no live indication on my side. Like, I was like, that's crazy. All right. That's up the intro I wanted to do. All right, let's start this show the way I want to start this show. You know what? I'm gonna have to earn that. The king of technical difficulties for real. Let's go.
When you see me say you gotta say what's good. Yeah. Wanna be on my wrist, but it's so good. Yeah. We be living, learning, and we turn it up. Yeah. Workers be your desk, hold it up. Yeah. When I holler miss, can that be turned up? Yeah. Read it every day to get the scores up. Yeah. On the way to success, it ain't no luck. Yeah. Coming tight, so it's up, then it's up. Yeah.
Never forget. Birth through 10, most pivotal age. Y'all let toddlers raise y'all toddlers. Let's talk about ghost towns. Ghost towns are ghost towns because the people that run the town don't know what they doing. Because they was raised by people that should have been stopped, you know. But, you know, it is what it is. I will give this about the towns. This ain't about the toddlers. But as far as that clip goes, man, I will give girls this much credit. Even though they realize that feminism is a lie, even though they realize that they'll still fight on that lie. And I respect that. Let's get to it. Where my drop at? I need to learn my drops. They'll fight on that lie. fight on the lie of inclusion, fight on the lie of racism, fight on the lie of white supremacy, fight on the lie of female equality, fight on the lie that just because they feed you into maturity and you didn't die under their care, that they're good mothers. Even though all they teaching you was ski. But I respect it. Because if you're going to lie, you got to fight down that lie, bro.
If it's a lie, then we fight on that lie. But we gotta fight.
They fighting you not. You trying to convince them it's not a lie. You trying to rationalize a lie that they fighting on. They fighting back while y'all black. Yeah, fuck that shit. Anyway, I saw this when I started the show, man. It took me in directions that I didn't even think I was gonna go. And after doing this, I decided to steal a town because I'm awesome. It's on my to-do list. I was just talking to the little homie Elijah right before the show. I was like, you know what? After doing my research, I decided, man, we gonna steal a town. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try to steal an entire city. All my friends bought cities, but I'm behind because I was trying to save these toddlers, these boomers, from they self. That's my fault. That's how I recognize y'all trying to save y'all girls because I was trying to save my boomers. Really, my dad and my uncles. I ain't really give a fuck about my mom like that. My mom was my dad problem. But I learned something. I learned something while doing the research on this. This is a 42-minute video. We're only going to watch 3 minutes. There's a lot of ghost towns in United States, but I found out that there's a huge difference between white ghost towns and black ghost towns. Let's check it out.
Let me show you on the map here. Let's see, you can see I'm right here. If you were to cut Illinois in half, I would be in the southern half, kind of in the middle of the state. St. Louis is down here to the south and the west. Of course, you got Chicago, the biggest city in the state, up north. Indianapolis straight to the east. I am in a small town, well, small city, called Pana. P-A-N-A. Well, there's a spelling on the screen. I guess I'm pronouncing it right. I'm going to say Pana. The town in 1960 had 6,400 people. Today there are 5,200. I'm going to drive into downtown. It is in this direction.
Hold on, man. I just realized something. Real quick. Hey, somebody, chat. Somebody Google how many, what the population has to be a city. Because he said he was going to a town, and I respect that. And then he said a small city. But then he talking about they got 6,000 people. What's the minimum, what's the difference between a township and a city? Like, because Evanston is a township, and it's almost 10,000 people there. Is it the paperwork? I don't know. Anybody, you know what I'm saying? Random fact. If y'all want to look up that random fact, man, I appreciate it.
Direction. You are probably seeing Christmas decorations. I think you can see them. Yeah, they're still up. It is March 13th. Today is a Monday. But they still have their Christmas decorations up. Anyway, I gotta tell you some stuff here, so I'm going to pull over and stop and get out on foot. Let me tell you guys, it is cold.
Man, I'm trying to get to where he talks about the demographics. I don't care about him looking at the thing.
Per capita income, 24,700.
Oh, there we go. Let me go back a little bit.
This town, the median age is 42. Gender breakdown, 52% female, 48% male. Per capita income, 24,700. That's around $475 a week.
Average age of the people in this town, I'm going to call it a town. The average age of the people in this town is 42 years old. So niggas around my age. The median income is 24,000 a year. That's $486 per week, which roughly is $12 an hour, $14 an hour. But this is a white town. This is a white town. Minimum wage, hard working, blue collar white town. In all these towns, there'll be more women than men. Just spoiler alert. And now he's about to get into the race breakdown, the demographic of race.
Median household income, $50,800, almost $1,000 a week. Now the race breakdown, 97% white, 1% Asian, and the last 2% are other. Poverty level, really low, 11.7%. U.S. average is 12.6. And median
Minimum wage, because in Illinois the minimum wage is now $15. So, so now this was minimum wage then. Now it's an increase, but minimum wage, median income, low crime, low poverty. Well, national average crime, low poverty. So are we talking color or culture? This is very interesting. All white towns. That's the name of this, by the way. From a content creator named Joe Nick. Illinois. Almost all white towns in a diverse state. Illinois is the state. Illinois and or Indiana. One of them. I think they wrestling for it. Have the most sundown towns in America. Fun fact. Illinois has the most. It might be Indiana, but I think it's Illinois has the most sundown towns in America. That's like if your colored ass is going through there, you better be out of there before the streetlights come on, and that's facts. Cause they will run your ass out of town. They do not let coloreds come into their purview, bro.
Hey y'all, Masters are coming. He's a coming, y'all. Masters are coming. Here he comes. Look, guys, you asked me to take.
They not gonna let y'all new niggas come fuck up they shit. So, even that 2% other, more than likely are mixed couples or something like that. But let's continue.
median home values are $75,100. So we'll get out and look at a few houses here near downtown pretty quick. But one other thing, crime, 24 incidents per 1,000. U.S. average is 23. So crime is right about the same as the country as a whole. So there's all that. And my fingers are frozen. So I am going to get
your ass back in the car then. I just want y'all to see their town real quick. The thing that I noticed the most about their town, and I'm going to let it play out. Matter of fact, I'm going to let it play out while the volume off. The things I noticed about their town the most is two things. Number one, uniform housing. All the houses look in the same style. They have the same style house. Now, I'm not saying they all look identical, but they all have the same style. So uniformity of housing. The second thing I noticed on all these photos of these salt of the earth, minimum wage or living wage, whatever you want to call it, middle class people, no litter. No litter. The whole time, they might not have the best roads. They got cobblestone and all that. But no matter where you go, and they have all the amenities of people that, y'all call broke, right? They got that's cheap gas. They got they own gas stations because Casey, I'm sure, is a independently owned gas station, and they got a Dollar Tree because you got to have a Dollar Tree. Got a grocery store. It's clean. It's low traffic because it's low population, low density population. Or they got a Dollar General. It's always a Dollar General or Dollar Tree or something. So This is the first all-white town that they had. This they love, whatever they claim to fame, whatever, whatever. Decent town, decent town, but their population did drop from 6,500 to 5,700 in the last 15, 20 years. Right. Let's go to the next town. We only gonna do this one. This is the last one we're gonna do. Like I said, this is a very long video, informative though, but you only got to see two towns to get the vibe um of how ghost towns are made. So let's go.
Into the town of Ullman, the numbers really tell the story of this town. We'll begin with the median age, 66. Further breakdown of that tells you more. 76% of the people who live in this town are 60 and older. Meanwhile, people who are 20 to 29 years of age only make up 1% of the population. Now, there's pretty much all of downtown there. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people who are young are basically leaving town when they grow into adulthood, leaving behind their parents who are aging, and unless something changes, within 20 years, when the people who are 60 now are 80, this will become a ghost town.
Let's pause right there. I want to bring that back. That is the most important thing on how ghost towns are formed naturally. There's a natural progression to ghost towns, and this would be it. I'm gonna bring that back one more time.
Further breakdown of that tells you more. 76% of the people who live in this town are 60 and older. Meanwhile, people who are 20 to 29 years of age only make up 1% of the population. Now, there's pretty much all of downtown there. So what does that tell you? It tells you that people who are young are basically leaving town when they grow into adulthood, leaving behind their parents who are aging, and unless something changes, within 20 years, when the people who are 60 now are 80, this will become a ghost town.
One of the things that you'll see three things in all small towns. Three things in all small towns. But essentially, one of the things the ways that you can know if a town is a quote unquote good town, the condition of their church. Cities are built around churches, schools, or industry. That's it. Churches, schools, or industry. And a lot of times, the church is the school, right? Faith-based education, right? Whatever industry they had in this community, a lot of older people, still clean streets, still have manicured lawns. Maybe not as green as they used to be when they had their kids there, but they still have some type of lawn care service. Still quiet, still low crime. Even though this particular, I might let it play a little bit longer. This particular city is having an influx of burglary, which means there are people from other cities that know it's nothing but old people that live there, so they sneak into people's houses. But that's a moderate thing, unless you the person that get burglarized. But the church tells me a lot about the city, about this town. Once again, this is a totally different city, totally different town. Put it on mute. Look at how uniform the homes are. Once again, not the same type of house, but the same style. This house right here is the home of whoever runs the church. So the parishioners, the father, whatever, priest, whatever, That's why these two match. But all the rest are, I call them three little pigs houses. You know what I'm saying? Sticks and stones. You know what I'm saying? Sticks and straw. Different color, same style. There's a uniformity to this town. Like they planned it. Like they wanted people to come here. There's room between the houses. It's not just a congested, you know, situation. It's a nice town. It's the type of town that dirty folks need to steal. I need to steal this town. I might steal a town. I might find a better town though. I might find a better town to steal. I want to show you guys the inverse on how ghost towns get made. But first, I got to get my mind right because this is about to be depressing. So we're gonna take a quick break. Plus, I got a new commercial. We're gonna take a quick break, and then we're gonna come back, and we're gonna go to some of the worst cities. And I'm just doing Illinois. This is all around the nation. I'm just doing Illinois because I want you guys to see the juxtaposition of towns that are like 30 minutes away from each other.
Until it became hard between his fingertips, while his right hand eager her love lips. Nikki Mullen's finger darted across her slippery, which is when she felt her insides being split by the thickness, gasped for breath as water stroke after stroke. Her legs quaked and her muscles, oh shit, Dion, at the top of her lungs and swallowed his meat whole. Her hands grabbed his hips and she pushed and pulled, forcing him to thrust his pole back and forth against her twisting tongue as it gradually turned into more than she could swallow. She moved her hands to the shaft and
Crusader Publishing, where books come to life.
Man, they should let me hit that. I'm just saying. I was gonna snatch them goodies. I ain't gonna lie, man. The camera crew was like, "Oh no, you gotta go, dirty." I was like, "Nigga, I rented this motherfucking jacuzzi room for 4 hours, nigga, and we only did this commercial in one. She got 3 more hours of work to do in this bitch." But they escorted her out, man. These niggas is cock blockers, bro. Boo them, man. I was younger then. I still had a 2-pack. I wasn't even fat yet. Sport Crusader Pub. That's how I came in the game, by the way. Writing books, doing movies, doing shit, going outside. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no new shit. This ain't no Kevin Samuels that's on the podcast. This is Palmer like, yo, nigga, you that nigga. Why you ain't got no podcast? But anyway, here's the thing. So let's go to the 9 places in Illinois you should never move to. And the reason I'm going to let this whole 9 play out is because I literally, not literally, but I got a story about a few cities. I wasn't going to say I literally got a story about every city, but I don't. But I got a story about a few cities, so we're going to play this out because this shit is wild. It's going to be a common theme in the worst cities as well. The first city just is Springfield, Illinois. I'm not going to do Springfield. I'm going to skip past the state capital. What's this? All right, let's start with the second city.
This is a city of 114,230, but the last data released by the FBI listed 9 murders, 888 other violent crimes, and 5,080.
Wait, that's still Springfield. Number 8, Centerville. Yo, that look like slave housing, nigga. Or as I call it, toddler nurseries. It's like one time this used to be a toddler nursery. I think this is a shed though, because look how the doors is made. This is probably a shed, but it looked bad though. Let's go.
Can't find one single positive about living there. I can usually find at least one thing to offset all of the horrible things, but this one has me stumped. Centerville is one of the poorest places in the country. The median household income is only $18,955, and that's despite being across the river from St. Louis where jobs can be located. The number one industry in this community is listed as accommodation and food services, so I'm assuming that there are a lot of minimum wage workers in Centerville. Hotels and
Accommodations and food service. What is accommodations? I know what food services is. They got a lot of Burger Kings and McDonald's. What is accommodations? It can't be hotels because don't nobody live in that motherfucker, man. Like who's visiting this place for it to be accommodations? Unless they got them little $40 rooms like the jacuzzi room I rented, like, you know, 4 hours for $45. But yo, that's the biggest thing they got is fast food restaurants, gas stations and such, truck stops, probably truck stops, accommodations, probably truck stops. All right, anyway.
fast food joints aren't known for paying their employees any more than they absolutely have to. Because of the low wages, 45.6% of the people live below the poverty line. Females are affected significantly more than males, but that's
My congeniality is fucked. I have no sensors and I need to be stopped.
Whose sister is this? Whose goddamn sister is this? One of y'all know. I know all y'all black people know each other, nigga. Whose sister is this? The 8th worst city in Illinois. Whose sister is this? Not at one time, never will they mention race in this video. They won't even show that many people. But when they show somebody, it's gonna be Keisha. Now, whose sister is this? And why is she doing this? Why is she outside in a Burberry jacket with a leather jacket over it in the head thing, man? I hate y'all.
Females are affected significantly more than males, but that's due to the fact that there is a rather large disparity between the number of women to men. For every 100 women over the age of 18, there are only 77 men. I don't know for sure why that is, but I'm thinking the men from here might be in prison because crime is out of control. This is a
She ain't. Hey, girls ain't even funny, bro. But that shit was funny, nigga. She meant that shit, bro. Cause she's innocent. She really don't even know what she's saying. She just like, yo. It's 77 women for 77 men for every woman. And this looks like a black town. So that means it's 70. How do you not get, look, I'm bringing that back. That shit was hilarious, bro. She dropped bars on accident, bro. That shit was hilarious.
6% of the people live below the poverty line. Females are affected
Wait. How many, what's the percent? Hold on, I just want to bring that back for the full context.
Wage workers in Centerville. Hotels and fast food joints aren't known for paying their employees any more than they absolutely have to. Because of the low wages, 45.6% of the people live below the poverty line. Females are affected significantly more than males, but that's due to the fact that there is a rather large disparity between the number of women to men. For every 100 women over the age of 18, there are only 77 men. I don't know for sure why that is, but I'm thinking the men from here might be in prison because crime is out of control. This is a town of only 5,446, but they had 38 violent crimes, including 1 homicide, and 236 property crimes. That means that the violent crime rate is 103% above the national average, and the property crime rate is 127% above the average. That means that the chance of being a victim of a crime is 1 in 18, and Centerville is safer than only 4% of US cities. I feel bad for every person who has the misfortune of being born in this area. It's really hard to change your circumstances when you don't have any money.
Let me pause this real quick. Centerville has 5,000 people, more or less. And they said that there's 45% of people live below the poverty line. That's what she said. Remember when I just asked you guys how many, what's the population has to be a town or a city? And they said they have 5,600 people, so similar to Centerville at that other city. I forgot the name of the other city. Pena, P-E-N-A. All the streets were clean, no litter, no homeless people, national average crime, no low violence, all white town, 5,000 people, and they made what, $485 a week, $500 a week, because that was a minimum wage when they did that. So now, you know what I'm saying, they still minimum wage city. So that minimum wage city, Penna, is, oh, I like white people. This is a nice town. Exact same income, exact same population, black people. Niggas is living in bushes. Hey, these niggas probably Hebrew Israelites, man. Shirtless forest dudes for real. This might be a Hebrew Israelite camp. Goddamn. Black women equal poverty, nigga. Black women equal poverty. That's it. All right, thanks for coming. No, let's check this out.
Alton is a good place for a history buff to visit and explore, but I wouldn't recommend this town to anyone looking for a home in Illinois. This is a riverside city, so it was a trading town in the 1800s. Its close proximity to St. Louis made it an important...
Hey, have you heard of Super Gauge? It's probably the weirdest
an important part of the Underground Railroad. Abolitionists could sneak escaped slaves from Missouri, which was considered a southern state, over the river to Illinois, a free state. This was also the setting of one of the Lincoln-Douglas debates, and it was home to the world's tallest man. Monuments and historical sites can be found all over the town. You can find Victorian Queen Anne-style homes from back when the town was prosperous, but today a large segment of the population is struggling. The average home value now is only $79,900, so you don't find many people building giant homes, and out of the residences in this community, only 59.6% are occupied by the homeowner. It's...
Oh, now I didn't mean to fast forward that fast. She said the houses are only $79,000. Remember the town of Penna? Home $79,000. The other community that had all the old people in it, whatever the name of that one was, houses were even less than that. It's not the price of the homes. It's not the population. It's not the income. It's the Keishas, nigga. Remove the Keisha, remove crime. I'll explain to you when we get to it. Number one, when they tell you what the number one most dangerous is, everything I say gonna make sense. Watch.
So you don't find many people building giant homes, and out of the residences in this community, only 59.6% are occupied by the homeowner. It's really hard to buy.
They got houses for $80,000, but only 60% are occupied by the homeowner, which means niggas either renting out or they a bunch of bandos. And on top of that, she keeps talking about this only shit, bro. Never mind. This will be a reoccurring theme, so I ain't gonna pause it all day. Oh, this
Buy a house when you're broke. 26.6% of the residents.
This is what I was gonna say though. This is one of those towns that you know they worship slavery, right? You know they worship slavery. The entire identity of Alton, Illinois is slavery. The Douglas Lincoln debate about slavery, being an underground railroad city for slavery. Everything about this place is slavery. Then you put a bunch of black people in and their history is slavery. Like everything about their identity is slavery. They're going to behave like slaves. Which is awesome because black people love slavery. Let me be your slave owner. Let tribe be your slave. We will be benevolent slave owners. Come to the logo. We'll do your slavery right.
Percent are occupied by the homeowner. It's really hard to buy a house when you're broke. 26.6% of the residents fall below the poverty line. The median household income is only $40,211. When you have an area with a low average income, you usually find a high...
I need you to understand this.
With a low average...
Listen what she said with the... It's only
59.6% are occupied by the homeowner. It's really hard to buy a house when you're broke. 26.6% of the residents fall below the poverty line. The median household income is only $40,211.
Only $40,211. Remember the first city of Penna? Remember what their income was with their clean streets? They had a couple of abandoned buildings, like, because people moving out. But remember Penna? Penna had 40, or somewhere around 40,000. Because remember, they household income married was 50,000. Two people income home was 50,000. Clean streets, past blue ribbon beer. That's another thing. If they got a Heineken sign or a Miller Genuine Draft sign on their tavern, it's probably not a good place to live. If it's a Heineken, it's probably too expensive to steal a town. But if it's a past blue ribbon or Budweiser, you might be in a safe place. You might be in a safe place. Judge your tribe by the beer. Judge your tribe by the beer. Anyway.
When you have an area with a low average income, you usually find a high crime rate, and that's no different for Alton. This is a city of 26,208, but they reported 268 violent crimes, including 2 murders, and 1,101 property crimes. That makes their violent crime rate 168% above the national average, and their property crime rate 98% above the national average. The chance of being a victim of a crime is 1 in 20, and Alton is safer than only 3% of U.S. cities. Like Centerville.
Think about that. The other towns, 22 out of 1,000. This motherfucker is 1 of 20, nigga. That means there's literally 2 crimes on every block. 2 crimes on every block. That's banana. That is the hood numbers, bro. That is hood numbers. Anyway.
This town also has a population that is comprised of more women than men. For every 100 women over the age of 18, there are only 83 men. Maybe it's just a coincidence that Alton was the site of the first penitentiary built in Illinois. Rockford seems to be having an identity crisis. Either that, or there are just quite a few delusional people in that city. I've been reading reviews from people who live there, and mixed in with the usual comments about how Rockford is a dangerous place to be, there are some who think it's just a great city. There doesn't seem to be an in-between reaction. I think the funniest review was the one that said, "Living in Rockford is like living in Nazi Germany in 1945. Enjoy the ruins." Based on all of the stats, I'm going to say that person is probably closer to the mark than those who think that Rockford is nice. For one thing, there are a lot of poor people in this area. 22.3% of the people are living below the poverty line. That's because the median household income is only $44,252. The largest industry in Rockford is manufacturing. Unfortunately, factory jobs are no longer as well paid as they were just a few decades ago. Adding to that is that the third largest industry is in retail sales, and those types of positions are usually minimum wage or a small commission.
You know, so I'm gonna skip to number 1. You know what's so crazy about that though? So, hey, that's hilarious. I'm gonna let him dance. I don't even know what he's doing, but I'm gonna let him dance. What's so crazy about that is 20 years ago, maybe 30 years ago, 1990s, Rockford was the place to be. Like Rockford was a upwardly mobile type of place. Oh, y'all remember this story. This story was hilarious. I'm gonna let it play. I'm gonna let this one play too. Alright, so here's the thing. I don't even know what city this is, just roll with it. But here's the thing. Rockford was big 30 years ago. Until Rockford started taking Section 8.
Hell no, to the no, yeah.
Once Rockford started taking Section 8, it went worse and worse. And now, it's a shell of itself. Who do you think was taking Section 8 out there? Keisha. This looked like slave quarters, too. What's the name of this city? I don't know. I don't know what city this is, but I know this. I know the. There you go. Just saw it. Money earning Mount Vernon. All these slave ass.
Mount Vernon doesn't have much going for it. It's a small town of only 14,723, so you won't find much in the way of entertainment. Despite the small size, which is usually indicative of a safe area, Mount Vernon has an insanely high crime rate. Violent crimes are 281% higher than the national average. They reported 3 murders, as well as 211 other violent crimes, such as assaults. Property crimes are 134% higher than the national average. They reported 731 property crimes, including 21 vehicle thefts, which seems high to me for a town this size. The chance of being a victim of a crime is 1 in 16, and Mount Vernon is safer than only 1% of other U.S. cities.
God damn.
Most people move to small cities and towns to get away from crime, so I don't know why anyone would want to step foot in this place. I've been there a few times for work seminars, and it was scary. If that isn't bad enough, people who live there probably aren't doing as well as they could financially. The median household income is only $40,625, so 22.2% of the residents live below the poverty line. As with several of the communities on this list, the 3 largest industries in Mount Vernon are healthcare, manufacturing, and retail, so the low income and high poverty isn't much of a surprise.
Let me pause that right quick. And this was most of the towns that I skipped, right? It's healthcare. Wait, what'd she say? Three girl jobs, actually. What is what?
22.2% of the residents live below the poverty line. As with several of the communities on this list, the 3 largest industries in Mount Vernon are healthcare, manufacturing, and retail.
Healthcare, that's CNAs, right? Manufacturing, cool. It used to be a factory there, maybe there still is. And healthcare, which goes hand in hand. No, and retail, which goes hand in hand with Keisha working as a CNA. So retail is they got to buy a bag and they got to buy fried chicken because they don't cook, right? I'm just doing Illinois today, Freeman. But I'll do Jackson, Mississippi.
So the low income and high poverty isn't much of a surprise. As a result, home ownership is below average. Only 59.4% of the homes are occupied by the homeowner, even though the average price of a home is only $78,600.
Let me pause right here. Once again, didn't show any people, did they? They didn't show any people. Vice Lord, 5-point star, pitchfork going down, cross going up. McLovin 23. I don't know who McLovin is. But this is in 2017 they did this. By the graffiti, I would say blacks and Mexicans. Because this is all gang graffiti. And this abandoned, all this is gang graffiti. So, tell me who lived there without telling me who lived there. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Danville had the dubious honor of making headlines last year for having a new synthetic opioid making the rounds, and that pretty much sums up the type of city that it is. It's depressing, filled with crime, and falling apart. The violent crime rate in Danville is 361% higher than the national average. They reported 536 violent crimes, including 7 murders. The property crime rate is 112% above the national average. They reported 1,370 property crimes. This is with a population of 30,000.
This $36 gadget cleans any bathroom.
You know what's so crazy about Danville, since they cut me off anyway for a commercial? 30 years ago, I'm getting old, man. 30 years, it had to be 30 years. No, I just lied, nigga. It wasn't no 30 years ago. Damn, I ain't that old. That's crazy. 20 years ago, around 2001, 2000. Nah, that ain't true. I had a powder blue. Yo, I know my life by what car I was driving at the time. I met this girl at this place called Paget's out in Chicago. I met her at Paget's. At that time, I was driving a powder blue 9.8. I had the 9.8 and the truck, so it had to be after 2004, 2005. So 18 years ago. I went down to Danville, right? Met this girl at the club. And I've told the story about the girl, but never about Danville. So I ain't gonna talk about the girl, but I will say this. She had a nice little crib down there. She had 3 kids. Bad bitch. This was bad. I ain't know she had kids or not. Like, I slide down on her, and man, she was bad. And that pussy was fire. Nigga, I swear to God, I nutted in like 45 seconds, and she never answered my calls again, nigga. She had superior pussy though. She earned every kid. Anyway, she had just divorced her husband and got the house. I remember it because I remember I drove down there in the Powder Blue Park, and she had a black on black Navigator in the driveway, and it was a nice little crib. Danville was nice. Danville was nice, bro. But a bunch of girls went down there, decided they ain't need no man, or had a nigga help them get a house and kick the man out. And it was kind of sort of starting to be ran by women and the type of men that black women like. So we already know what type of niggas those are, right? Let's continue the story. Oh shit, I still on mute.
0.7% of their population, so people are getting
Let me go back a little bit because I had it on mute.
479. During the last decade, they have lost 7.7% of their population, so people are getting out of this area when they can. The chance of being a victim of a crime is 1 in 17. Danville is safer than only 2% of US cities. I knew someone who moved to Danville and she turned up murdered, so I definitely don't recommend this place. If the crime doesn't deter a person, perhaps the lack of opportunities would. The median household income is only $36,172, so 29.4% of the people fall below the poverty line. Just like the other terrible places on this list, the main industries in Danville are healthcare, manufacturing, and retail. Only 55.9% of the households are occupied by the homeowner. Normally, I would chalk that up to the low wages, but maybe the other 44.1% are just smart enough to not put down permanent roots there. For those who do, they can expect an average home price of $66,700. There are 10,246 people living in Sauk Village, and I don't know why. 31.8% of them live below the poverty line.
Wait. Yo, this Becky is accidentally hilarious. She funny like Mitch. Like, she funny by not trying to be funny. Hold on, man. Let me bring that back. She said, I don't know how many people live in Sauk Village. She said, and I don't know why. That's just hilarious.
There are 10,246 people living in Sauk Village, and I don't know why. 31.8% of them live below the poverty line. The median household income is only $38,788, so there isn't much of an opportunity to get ahead in life. The main industries in this community are in healthcare, transportation and warehousing, and manufacturing. The crime in this area is confusing to me. Property crimes are 4% above the national average, but violent crimes are 1,346% above the national average.
Damn.
They reported 566 violent crimes, including 2 murders and 490 assaults, and 227 property crimes. So that makes it sound like if you leave the keys in your car, it probably won't get stolen, but if you sit in your car, you might get attacked. Those stats make little sense to me. The chance of being a victim of a crime is 1 in 14, and Sauk Village is safer than 5% of US cities. I'm sure there are some people from Illinois who are wondering why Decatur and East St. Louis weren't mentioned, because they're often cited as being horrible places in the state, but believe it or not, they actually have less crime than the 9 communities on this list. Surprising, I know. I wouldn't recommend anyone live in either of those places either, for what it's worth, but I didn't want to bore you by making this even longer. If you made it this
Alright, look. Sauk Village. I want to show you guys something about Sauk Village. So, I was working with this girl in Sauk Village, right? I think I hit it twice. I'm like Ray J, nigga. I hit it twice. Anyway. So, when she told me she lived in Sauk Village, I wasn't smart enough to know that I should feel in danger. Let me show you something. So here's the thing about Sauk Village. Even though it technically is its own place, I want to pull it up on a map. Oh, this shit is depressing. Everything on this motherfucker is depressing. Oh my God, this entire map is depressing. This entire map is depressing as shit. Oh my God. I want y'all to be depressed with me. Okay, so look. This is Sauk Village, which they say is one of the most dangerous places, right? On the flip side, this is Ford Heights. Let me get a little closer. This is Sauk Village. This is Ford Heights. Ford Heights is the poorest city in America for 35 years straight. Nobody's taking their title. I didn't realize how close Sauk Village was to Ford Heights, so I went to pick up Shorty. If you go down Lincoln Highway, though, Lincoln Highway goes all the way to a bunch of cool places, too. That ain't about Joliet. Joliet used to get into. This whole area fucked up. Damn. Joliet, Sauk Village, Bloom. Bloom used to be aight. Then they started taking Section 8. Fucked up Bloom. Linwood still aight. Lansing at the Lansing Municipal Airport right here. This is where I was going to take my helicopter classes because I wanted to learn how to fly at helicopter. Anyway, I'm showing you all this because there's the street numbers right here. Let's go in a little bit so you can see the street number. This is 178th Street. Y'all can't really see that. Let me scroll out a little bit. This is the I-94. Off the I-94, this is Chicago. This is the borderline of Chicago. So when Shorty told me where to get it, right, I'm used to hanging out in the Wild Hunters with the guys. This is the Wild Hunters. All this part right here, right? This is the area in which in West Roseland, all this right here. As a matter of fact, on this street right here on 115th and Halsted, right here in the Roseland community, if y'all can see what I'm doing, y'all see where I'm at. That's where the little boy, shot the dude at the hot dog stand for hitting his mama. That's right there. So, but if you're on I-94, bro, it seemed like a long time, but this is from 15, 20-minute drive, bro. Oakdale Gardens, they go to Gardens. Riverdale get it in too, by the way. Riverdale, them bitches in Riverdale crazy as shit too. Harvey, all this shit is bad. South Holland is ironically South Holland is decent. Ironically enough, to be surrounded by Dalton, Harvey, and Cal City, South Holland is relatively decent. That's crazy. And then, you know what I'm saying, you get Lansing, and then you get Sauk Village. All this is like a 15, like if you told us that that's past 63rd, yeah. Depending on who you ask, man, the Wild Hundreds stops on 147th Street. And when you get to the 200s, you get some mini mansions where R. Kelly used to live. Matter of fact, hold on, I'll show you real quick before I go to the next clip. So once you get past all this bullshit, Sauk Village, and Shorty was living in poverty. Her sister and her mama lived in a 1.5 bedroom. It looked like a double wide trailer. It was an apartment, but I don't know how the fuck they built their row houses. Anyway, Shorty was bad, bro. Been at the club, drunk as shit. I told the story before about how I got to the club and they had free drinks for girls until midnight. And I talked to every single girl in the club and made every girl in the club get me a free drink. So I had like 4 free drinks on every table, and I'm just walking around the club getting drunk as shit, passing out on bitches. It was a great night, nigga. It was a great night. Shorty was thinking of guy room meat. She told me where she stayed. She gave me the address though. I ain't know what Sauk, and then nothing happened to me. But I didn't know I was in danger, nigga. I didn't know my life was in danger. But anyway, so I've been to Sauk Village, and to be perfectly honest with you, what she said about it being confusing, like they got a lot of murder, but not a lot of theft. They don't make a lot of money, but bro, that's because they so close to other industries. There's really no industry in Sauk Village in that little box, but there are other places. These places not that far from it, man. Like I said, you can catch a bus to all these places, right? You can catch a bus, so they can still work. Damn, they just close to Crown Point, Indiana. That's where the Fed's at. This Indiana. Damn, they right there on the state line. Because Crown Point is Indiana. I ain't know they was that close. Anyway, Dyer, Indiana, they right there. So a lot of them probably work in Indiana. A lot of them probably get their gas in Indiana, get their groceries in Indiana. Well, they right there. Crete, that's a piece of shit. Crete is a piece of shit. But, and this is about an hour out. This is where the Bears used to practice, Bourbonnais. But even before you get to Bourbonnais, hold on, let me scroll in a little bit. I need some noise. Like once you get to University Park, which ain't that far from Sauk Village, this is where R. Kelly stayed at. It's many mansions out here, man. Maybe a 15, 20-minute ride away from where everybody getting deleted. University Park is nice. Richmond Park is nice. Park Forest is cool. It's cool. The only difference is whether or not they price out Section 8. That's the only difference. All right. Sure, I got one more thing. Real quick though, man, I want to give a shout out to XL Pro for the $5 cash app for daycare fees. Gratitude, sir. I appreciate you. You know what I'm about to do? Because I keep forgetting to do it. Because this is getting on my nerves. Hold on. Because I keep saying I'm going to fix it, but I keep forgetting to fix it. Gratitude, sir. Move this shit over, though. This shit is driving me crazy, man. Anyway. All right. This is the last one, man. I might open up the chat, though. I ain't doing shit. I might open up the chat. I don't know what city this is, but it's literally across the bridge from a better city it looked like. Let's see what happened.
So I took I-74 east from Missouri and pulled into the city of Danville, Illinois, which is representative of many small cities in the Midwest which has suffered and fallen on hard times. I pulled into Danville, Illinois on Thursday, December 19th, 2019 at about 1 p.m. There are many smallish, beat-up, crime-ridden, and depressing towns in Illinois and in the Midwest, just like Danville. Located along the eastern side of the state, Danville.
Hey, not for nothing, yo, but that Nutcracker music got me rolling, bro. This music got me rolling. I'm weak.
Where they had proud parades on Main Street and where civic leaders, astronauts, and entertainers once made home. But things have changed. Mining and manufacturing closures meant a decline in jobs, and the local economy suffered. Crime and drugs have blossomed. Pride has been erased. Today, Danville is the cheapest place you can live in the state of Illinois, where homes sell for, on average, $65,000. The median income here is around $40,000 for a family of 4. Property taxes are a real headache here, where many people pay $300 a month for an average home. In fact, Illinois residents pay the second highest property taxes in the nation. Illinois is also second in the nation for population decline, only behind the state of New York. There's been endless discussions on how to try and best bring back struggling small towns in the rural Midwest like Danville. But the fact is, people are being pushed out, either fed up with the crime or sick of the lack of entertainment and cold winters. Now we're going to drive through more of Danville's worst neighborhoods to give you some perspective on what it's like.
Yo, we gonna pay attention to those Geigers that we came up with. I came up with earlier. Litter, do the houses match? Those are the two very yeah, that's crazy. 3,600 a year. My boy stayed close to that. My boy stayed in Calumet City, bro. He was paying like 4,200 a year in property tax on a bungalow, one story. Illinois taxes is great because they gotta pay for bitches to live free, bro. Illinois taxes are because they don't send business owners to handle business. Politics is the business of business. Politics is not the business of social service. Politics is not the business of activism. It's not. But they send activists to do politics and they can't create contracts. They don't know law. As a matter of fact, since they don't understand it, they try to destroy the law. The way they do on the First, Second, and Fourth Amendments is bananas. You send the dumbest people out there because voting is a popularity contest. It's not about qualification. That's why we ain't gonna have voting tomorrow. You ain't gonna have no goddamn mayor. You just gonna have a chairman. And when the chairman go down, nigga, you gonna have another chairman. Chairman only gonna be voted by the motherfucking board of directors, which is kind of like what the elected voter is now. You know what I'm saying? But whatever, right? Look, we gonna look for matching houses and litter. I don't really see no litter. The houses don't look like they match, but they might match. It might just be this one spot. So let's see, man. Let's drive down the street with them. Fair use. Yo, low key though. Not even a vacant lot. Not even somebody burned that. They got the insurance money up for that. Why? Why is this house so close to this house? Who designed this? How do you get to your backyard? That's weird. And then there's nothing else on the other side. It's like, why would they do that? That's weird. Hey, Conto, I ain't finna play with you, bro. Could have did food and beverage. Could have been Flossting. Could have been Sam Rothstein. Hey, nigga, I should have took food and beverage, bro. I couldn't, though, because them bitches was getting on my nerves. There's too many toddlers in food and beverage. These houses kind of sort of match. Not really. They different sizes. They different styles. They the same material, though. I don't know, bro. I could probably do this on mute. He don't like you talking. This is kind of weird. Because I'm conflicted. Like, do the houses match or don't they match? They different styles, different colors. This one got a shed on it. The other ones don't. Well, that one got a little shed. I don't know, man. Their architecture is weird. Like, everybody just got to pick their own thing and flow with it. I don't know. Let me see if he talking. Nah, he still ain't talking. All right, we're going to fast forward because I'm tired of going through a city with him. They about to give me a commercial. I know it. Got to pay the bills, though. I ain't mad at it. Got to pay the bills.
Many residents in Fair Oaks have...
Hold on. Wait, are these the projects? Let me find out the only matching builders in this motherfucker is the projects.
The city's south side, where residents pay as low as $25 a month to live in beat-up, rundown apartments. Fair Oaks has problems just about every night, and a lot of the city's problems stem here. Many residents in Fair Oaks have friends and family from Chicago who make the 2 hours drive south, commit crimes, hide in...
You know what? Chicago gotta take this.
Hey, y'all! Masters are coming! He's a coming, y'all! Masters are coming! Here we come! Look, guys, you asked me to take...
Yo, Chicago gotta take that L. Chicago gotta take the L. Look, but here's the thing. When they say people from Chicago, let me tell you something. Hold on, man. Let me cam up for this shit. I'm gonna run that back. Bro, the waiting list to get an apartment in Chicago on Section 8 is anywhere between 8 to 11 years. 8 to 11 years. If you want to get it quicker, a lot of black girls that go to Wisconsin or Iowa or downstate to get Section 8 quicker and then transfer it back to Illinois, to Cook County. If you leave Chicago with mass transit, some of the best food in America, the downtown is beautiful. And well, these kids are starting to fuck it up because we got weak mayors. But downtown is a tourist attraction. Navy Pier, some of the greatest theaters in the world outside of Broadway. I would say honestly, I would say off Broadway, best in the nation. And you leave to go to a place where they getting it in every night because the rent $25. You think they giving men $25 rent? Do you think the rent is really $25, or do you think it's Section 8? So, once again, this is a whole different video. This is a whole different person. Once again, when they go through the most dangerous, most rundown, depressing cities, it's black people. It's not because of the income. We started off white towns, no bread. They're going to be a ghost town, and all those properties still going to be looking good. I'm going to go down there and steal it. I'm going to go down there and take their town, man. It's on my to-do list. I put it on my calendar. Next March, I'm going to go down there and take their town. I don't want to do it right now. It's kind of cold. Then I'm do it right. Going to do it under the logo, and we going to run the municipality right. Right? Ban, for the bros, not the hoes. You know what I'm saying? We gonna ban all Keishas. Keep telling y'all want a tribe, you gotta take your tolerability. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. If you weak for dick, you gonna have crime. If you can't follow the instructions of a man and you accept any bitch, you gonna have crime. Look, these bitches need to be reprogrammed, but I don't have time for that. Maybe a young boy will take this tolerology and be like, I could train these bitches. God bless you, sir. I'm not gonna go through that shit. Getting too old for this shit. I'm like that nigga on Lethal Weapon. Nigga, I'm getting too old for that shit. I'm like Danny Glover, bro. I'm gonna train a couple of guys. I'm gonna train a couple of girls that need to be trained. I'm not gonna break nobody down to build them up. I don't have the type of energy. I'm not 22 years old anymore. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got 8 hours of fucking in me no more to dickmatize a bitch. I got a good 2 minutes. Gonna get this dick on a commercial break. Hope you get pregnant because I ain't coming back. Like, but this is the type of place that goes to the example. You take tax money. You charging people, poor people, 4,000, 6,000, 7,000. Like in Cook County, we had to have a motherfucker do a tax adjustment because they were trying to make $8,000 a year for property tax on homes in Chicago. Motherfuckers had to be like, hold on, they had to get grandfathered into the shit they had in the 1990s. Like y'all got life fucked up, like, and they taking all this money to give to bitches so they can have $25 rent and get everybody deleted. They're horrible people, right? When you see high crime, it's gonna be the guys. It's the guys that's shooting it up because that's the type of guys that those type of women like. Cause a lot of them cute. A lot of them cute. Motherfucking so nigga King Von mama was gorgeous, not gorgeous, but she was pretty. Motherfucking it's a lot of pretty girls and live in the projects. I told you about 2 girls that I hit, one in Danville and one in Sauk Trail. I was like, damn, them bitches bad. Go to their crib like, yo, I survived. I mean, their houses were clean, but I mean, just communities. Like, they part of the worst cities in Illinois. So it's not like they unattractive, like they couldn't get a better man. They like bad niggas. They like that bad boy. Not Puff or Mike Lowry. So a large portion of tribing up is learning how to train your bitch. You already know how to pay bills. You already have a skill set. Follow the Constitution. And training your bitch is part of the Constitution. So when your ass get citated and beat up and kicked out, you know, like, "Oh, I fucked up the homeowners deal because I brought a Keisha. Nigga, that's my, you and Keisha got to get the fuck out. You ain't gonna fuck up my shit with a goofy bitch. Strong arm pimp around this motherfucker. Strong arm pimp your bitch. Take your tolerology. But let's go back through this shit again. This kind of look like Inkster, Michigan. This little particular part right here, kind of like Inkster, Michigan. But let's go.
One particular eyesore in Danville is the housing projects known far and wide as Fair Oaks. Managed by the Danville Housing Authority, Fair Oaks is a project on the city's south side where residents pay as low as $25 a month to live in beat-up, rundown apartments. Fair Oaks has problems just about every night, and a lot of the city's problems stem here. Many residents in Fair Oaks have friends and family from Chicago who make the 2 hours drive south, commit crimes, hide in Fair Oaks' cover, and then flee back to Chicago the next day. We'll pull into Fair Oaks now. Gang activity is a big problem in Danville. When gunfire was once a retaliation among certain gang members, now it's not uncommon for random bullets to enter homes along nicer streets in town. A pizza man was gunned down for no apparent reason recently. 40 people were shot here last year alone. And there's been a rise in robberies at gas stations and convenience stores, and food delivery drivers and random people have had their cars jacked in broad daylight.
I just want to show y'all something. Let me bring that back. Bring that back a little bit.
Stores and food delivery drivers and random people have.
Pause. For some reason, and this goes right back to, you don't send business, black people don't send business owners to do politics. They send activists. You slide through the projects and the first thing you see is a community center. It's something about toddlers that they always think that everybody needs toddler shit. Community centers, after school programs, more child services, more assistance for single mothers, so bitches can be single mothers and not have to listen to a man. This, I'm gonna look that up too, Tola. But I doubt the property tax is probably out the roof, bro. It's always a goddamn something to try to save the community. That doesn't save the community, because what saves the community is training your bitch. You know what? Matter of fact, man, I'm frustrated myself, man. I'm gonna look up these taxes too, man. I need to take a quick break, man. I'm stress myself out.
Toddler tales are crazy stories that could only happen to me. Each tale is endorsed by Toddlerology and the Marry Your Secretary courses. In a world where toddlers are only loyal to her employer, learn the skills needed to train your toddler to work at your relationship like she works at her job. There's courses for every level of your relationship status, including polygamy. Need support? Join scheduled study groups with other Toddlerology members. Click the link below. And now, back to today's story.
Hold on, man. I'm looking it up right now, man. Danville, Illinois property tax info. I'm on Bing though. Bing don't never tell you shit right. All right. According to Bing, property taxes on on home valued around 66,000 is roughly $2,400. But I don't know if that's $2,400 semi-annually or $2,400 annually. Let me see. That's a good question though. Let's see. Let's see if they pay semi-annually or annually. Property tax dates: first installment June 16th, second installment September 1st. So that's too close. So no, it's probably just annual. $2,400 a year. I don't know, bro. I don't know. That's a good ass question, bro. I have to investigate it in order to know for real, for real. But I will say this: good communities have homeowner associations. Bad communities have housing agencies. Same state. All of these places are 30 minutes away from each other. Places without Section 8 and without Keishas. You didn't hear that they were getting paid under the national average or they living in poverty. You didn't hear that. Their kids grew up, their kids left, decided to go to greener pastures, probably moved to Phoenix or I don't know, LA or something because it was too slow. Left. Grew up, got a good education, left. Well, halfway decent education, left. Same money, same population. Put a Keisha in that motherfucker. Cause Keisha always trying to get over. All of a sudden, Keisha's dating style comes to play. She say all men ain't shit. 80% of men are awesome, bro. Across the spectrum. I will tell you from experience, dirty folks get hella pussy. Oak don't get no pussy. They found out I could read, nigga, they dump me. Where your parole officer? I ain't got no parole officer. Get out. These bitches need bottom barrel niggas. And it don't matter if she a bottom barrel bitch or she a bitch with a doctorate. If she's a black bitch, she's a horrible at being human being. It's your responsibility to train her or stop her.
My congeniality is fucked. I have no sensors and I need to be stopped.
But you ain't gonna be able to do that if you black because you gonna think they yo women, nigga. I don't fuck that shit, nigga. Anyway, I was gonna open up the panel, but now my stomach messed up. So I'm about to hit the porcelain throne. Yo, hold on, I missed somebody. God damn. Hold on. I think I skipped somebody though. Oh, the homie Deacon Dave. Shout out to Deacon Dave for the $5 cash app. Gratitude, sir. Man, I appreciate y'all sliding through, man. Y'all are real ones, man. God damn it. I don't know what happened. I got monetized and I got shadow banned at the same time. That shit is crazy, man. That's just crazy. We had 100 people in the chat when I wasn't monetized and I was getting flagged all the time. So with 2 flags and a warning, 100 people in the panel, get monetized, get shadow banned. Yo, man, I need y'all to unsubscribe and resubscribe, man, so y'all can get alerts. Cause I think they hiding me or something. Anyway, man, as always, man, love your brothers as you love yourself. Feed the pack. Try, but I'm gonna let you. You know what? I am gonna close because I like this commercial now. I just found it. Actually, I didn't find it. Shout out to the little homie Elijah. Woke up one day, I'm like, damn. I'm looking through all my. I got like 5 YouTube channels because different. Every email will give you a different YouTube, and I'm like, man, what the fuck is that? Where's that commercial I did with Get to the Point TV and man, like. And Azazla Zatanica. That's the name of the girl, by the way. Az. Azazla Zatanica. I call her Az. I was like, man, the fuck that's a commercial. And he just popped up one day like, yo, Dirty, I found this on your page. I'm like, God damn it, I've been looking for that all day. So, since I found it, I made this commercial, 10 years ago? I was 10 years later. Anyway, Love each other as you love yourself. Feed the back, tribe up. And I'm going to give y'all a helpful hint. Life imitates art sometimes. When I wrote this book, it was fiction, but now this shit about to be facts. So if y'all grab a Hustler's Legislation, y'all can pretty much see what's coming next.
Until it became hard between his fingertips, while his right hand eager love lips. Nikki Mullins' finger darted across her slippery, which is when she felt her insides being split by the thickness, gasped for breath as water stroke after stroke. Her legs quaked and her muscles, oh shit, Dion, at the top of her lungs, and swallowed his meat whole. Her hands grabbed his hips, and she pushed and pulled, forcing him to thrust his pole back and forth against her twisting tongue as it gradually turned into more than she could swallow. She moved her hands to the shaft and
Crusader Publishing, where books come to life.